Good morning, students. Today I am starting with direct and inverse proportion, which is on page number 51. We have finished our algebra topic and now we are starting with arithmetic topic. You will make title page for direct and inverse proportion in your arithmetic copies. You will write down date, you will write down page number, and then I will share picture on the group for the definitions. You will copy the definitions from that picture. This is just for explanation. You will listen to the explanation in this lecture video, and for copying the definitions you will copy it from the picture. I will share it with you on the group. Okay, now I'm starting with I'm explaining it to you what are direct proportion and what is inverse proportion. Proportion, to get clear your concept for proportion, I will share a video with you, which is a YouTube video. I will share it with you and that will clear your concept that what is proportion. For simply remember that what is proportion. Proportion is simply known as equivalent ratio. Okay, what it is known as equivalent ratio. What are equivalent ratio, that will be explained to you in that video very clearly. Still, if you face any confusion, you do not understand, you can feel free to contact me. Okay, that is very simple video, very easy video, and very nicely it has been explained in that. So watch that video. I will share the link with you on Google Classroom, and if still you do not understand anything, feel free to contact me. Now we are coming back to our own topic, which is direct proportion and inverse proportion. I know you have already studied this topic in class 6. We are reviewing it and we will move ahead in class 7. So direct proportion and inverse proportion. So let's look first over to direct proportion. You can see that here I have written quantity and is to. Two dots, we read it is to, and they are ratio. Quantity, ratio, or is to cost. One pencil cost is 10 rupees. When I increase the quantity and it become 4 pencils, they are of 40 rupees. Okay, so what you are looking at it, what is direct proportion? How you will explain direct proportion? That increase in quantity also increases its cost. When it was 1 pencil, it was 10 rupees. Okay, when you increase the quantity, cost is also increased. Okay, the quantity increased, also increase the cost of pencils. Also you have to pay more. So if one thing increases, the other thing also increases. That is known as direct proportion. If one thing decreases, another thing also decreases. That is known as direct proportion. Okay, अगर एक चीज़ increase है तो दूसरी भी increase है. If एक चीज़ decrease है तो दूसरी भी decrease है, then it will be called as direct proportion. I hope this is clear that what is direct proportion. Increase in one thing causes increase in another thing, given thing, that is known as direct proportion. That is known as direct proportion. I hope it is clear to you. You think of some other example as well. I have shared with you quantity and cost, that if you will increase the quantity, the prices will also increase. You have to give more. Think of some other examples. I can share one more example with you, that I have to cover a distance of 4 kilometers and I need 2 liters of petrol. To cover this distance, I need 2 liters of petrol. If I will increase the distance, now I will need more liters of petrol. Okay, this is another example of direct proportion. Why? When you increases the distance, liters of petrol will also increase. Okay, so both are increasing simultaneously. That's why it is a direct proportion. Now let's look at inverse proportion. Inverse proportional, definitely it is opposite of direct proportion. How it is opposite? In direct proportion, both the things increases simultaneously, but in inverse proportion, one thing will increase, will cause another thing to be decreased. That is known as inverse proportion. Now let's look at this example. There is some certain work for which I required 4 men, and they will finish that job within 20 days. Okay, there is a job there is a job, for instance, they had to paint a wall. So I employed 4 men to paint the wall, and they will finish painting that big wall in 20 days. I thought they will take much more time. So why not reduce the days? So what I did, I employed 5 men now. I increased men to do that same particular job, painting of wall. So now definitely when I increase men who were doing the same job, now they will require less days to finish the same job. Okay, so this is inverse proportion. How it is inverse proportion? That when I increased men, days will decrease. When I increased men, days will decrease. Okay, 4 men were doing the job of painting the wall in 20 days. 5 men will do the same job in 16 days. So if one thing is increasing, another thing is decreasing, that is known as inverse proportion. I hope this is clear to you. Very simple. And now when we will do questions, you will have this concept more clearly.